whistle's gone at Turdmore, and of course Burnley run riot against a shambolic, disorientated, toothless, soggy looking Rovers. Dreadful stuff from JDT's boys as we failed to really do anything in what has been dubbed as one of the biggest derbies in the world. That's right, I'm not lying, but it was a shambles effort by Rovers today, losing 3-0 at Turdmore. Of course, we'll talk about it in a second. Of course, big shout out to the Blue Rose Capital sponsoring this reaction video. Yes, what can I tell you from this game? Oh my gosh, I actually was very excited for this game as the teams were announced, with Jay Rodriguez nowhere to be seen, not on the bench, not in the lineup, not even on the bench, nowhere. He was in the stands, of course, and sitting next to Scott Twine, but they didn't need him. All they needed was an antique, big-headed buffoon with 6 fingers going by, and of course an Austrian fella. He speaks German. It is Ashley Barnes scoring 2 goals today. Of course, in the second half, he scored 2 of the 3. The other one coming from a big-ass Zuri, of course. As they just ran riot. They got their lead on the 55th minute. Great ball in from Zari on the left-hand side. Good header, strong header, big boss man header. No nonsense stuff by big-headed Barnes. Puts the ball in the back of the net. However, let's close in on that. Of course, Barnes today was pure shithouseness from the start all the way through to the end. That's what we needed from our boys. We tried to impose ourselves today with Garrett Travis in midfield, but it failed. We failed to deliver. Ayala, of course, was also trying to cause some problems, but we got out-muscled, fought for everything today, and it was not a good viewing for a Rovers fan. It was terrible viewing. There was nothing to get excited about. When you look at the stats, it's quite an embarrassing sort of figure when we look at it. But Barnes ran the show. He ran the fucking show from start to finish. And of course, I looked at that as our weakness. I looked at the start as their weakness. I thought, you know what, Barnes is starting. He can't score for shit. But no, he stood up today when it matters, and that's what we need. I don't think we have those kind of players in the team. Well, we kind of do. We have Dak, but he doesn't get a fucking look in. He's on the bloody bench. He only gets 15 minutes when we're losing 2-0 to try and come back into this game. But it's hard. It's hard to see this team stack up against a more organised or a more experienced 11 at the moment. There's a lot of youth here. We are, of course, pinning our hopes today on a back line of Ayala and, of course, Hyam, who on their day or for the vast majority of the season have been solid at the back. Then you start a guy, no disrespect, Clinton Mola was good against West Ham, but I think this is a game that should have been a Pickering who's been there. I don't know why he wasn't involved. I know he was on the bench, but why didn't he start? And then there was moments where Britton was on the left-hand side, which again is one of my fucking bones of contention. You're playing a right footer in the left back slot, which just slows shit down. Rovers 41% possession today, but about 85% of that, maybe even 95% of that, was in our defensive half, in our own half. You know, it was toothless. It was embarrassing. And yeah, I feel for the guys, the guys that went today at Turdmore, the Rovers, the blue and white fans who are going to go to work tomorrow with this stinging in their ears, of course, if they work alongside 6-fingered freakazoid weirdos. So I really feel for those. Fortunately for me, there's not many Burnley fans knocking around where I live, and of course I can just kind of lay low, and I'll just kind of keep my head down for a week or so. But embarrassing for Rovers. Big ass Barnes should have been collared early doors with a yellow, but he fooled the referee about 4 times today, and I tell you what, he was very lucky to be on the pitch with some of his disgusting shithouseness, of course. But as a Burnley fan, you would love that kind of stuff. And if he was playing for me, which I would never want in any old, like I kind of revelled in Travis's tackles and Garrett's tackles, but really they were mosquito bites compared to some of the shithousingness that Barnes was doing. So well done to him. He got himself a couple of goals, of course. Zario as well with a goal and assist. We just couldn't compete today, and I know there's a lot of critique for Rovers' position in the table, and today, like the Coventry game recently, is what am I trying to say here? There is proof to that critique. We're up in third, and I'm happy for it. But and we can win games. We can win games. We can defend for the most part. But when the shit hits the fan, we have not shown it this season that we can fight back and get ourselves back into the game. Bar West Ham. That West Ham was, of course, a different scenario. But today, Rovers were second best by long chalk, and I don't know how we can respond from this. You know, we got Preston next at Ewood Park. It's going to be a tough old game as well, and we got to sit on the fact that Burnley are top of the league, and of course they should be top of the league. They've been good this season, they've been strong. We're in third, and we'll take that, but we're going to have to sit on this result and chew on it for a long fucking time. This 3-4 week or whatever it is for Rovers is going to feel like an eternity to get back on the pitch and move on. However, let's dust ourselves down, go on your mini break, enjoy your moment in the sun. I think you're going to Spain, Rovers fans, and try and regroup, refocus, and of course get ready for the second half of the season, which of course Preston and beyond. What I'm saying is, to the waggots out there who was twiddling his fucking thumbs in the touchline, like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Get involved, get onto your Venkies and say, hey, we need some fucking money. We need to invest in this team. Yes, we are lucky to have some young talent, which will be a part of this team in the future. Garrett is a natural successor for Travis, of course, in midfield when that comes along in a few years' time. But we need some experienced bodies, some players, some untapped gems. Explore. You've got fucking JDT here. Explore the Scandinavian market, explore the Dutch market, do what VK has done in Belgium and sap all their talent out and bring it over here to bloody Ewood Park, because we cannot rely on kids. I know we relied on kids midweek, and that of course was fair enough, but today we were unprepared. We looked like one of the worst teams in the championship. I'm not going to lie to you. And Burnley weren't even that good in the first half. They weren't that good. And of course, when we went down, our heads fucking caved in. And of course, it ended up being a riot. 3-0 in the end. Burnley deserve it. Rovers deserve a fucking spanking. And hopefully JDT rears him a fucking new one. And hopefully we can bounce back at the first time of asking in a long fucking time from now against Preston. That is it. Smash your subscribe, smash your thumbs up, smash the bell. We'll have a review later where, of course, we'll hear from the fans. Of course, JDT with his comments from, of course, the press. And, of course, hopefully to hear from a vlog as well. All that kind of stuff coming at you very soon. But until then, I'm going to bounce out of here and hide from everybody.